MMAjunkie is in Sioux Falls, South Dakota this week for Bellator 204, where Bellator bantamweight champ Darrion Caldwell moves up to 145 pounds to face Noad Lahat in the main event. Now you may wonder, what's at stake in a non-title headliner? Why do I want to watch this fight? Well, Darrion Caldwell believes this is not just a one-time thing. He believes this is the start of a title run for him at 145 pounds. In fact, he believes a win here should get him a chance at Patricio Freire's belt, in which case Darrion Caldwell would have a chance to become Bellator's first champ.
I started my career at 145. And when I started my career, I had aspirations of being a champion. You know, I wasn't sure what weight class. And I finished my career at 45, 5-0. So before I went down to 35-pound weight class. So for me, it's about going up and proving to myself that I'm just as good as these 45ers. I can win a belt there.
Lahat, of course, will be looking to play the role of spoiler in the main event. Now listen, if things don't work out for Caldwell at 145 pounds, here's what else matters on this card. The young brash Irishman, James Gallagher, is here on the main card. He's fighting against Ricky Bandejas. This is a return from a lengthy layoff to injury for Gallagher, and he believes, listen, he's battled through it all, and he is 110% ready to go and ready to impress. And he believes a win here should get him a shot at Darrion Caldwell's bantamweight title.
And they're all running. I dropped down a weight class, and the champ goes running. He goes running, so he's back up to 145. See, after me, I'm coming for that belt and I'm taking it. I'm going to whip this fella on Friday night and then I'm going straight for that fucking belt. Dublin at the end of the year after I whip this fool, it's me for the belt.
So we should know a lot about the future of Darrion Caldwell and whether or not he'll be facing James Gallagher or Patricio Freire down the line after Bellator 204. Now listen, a couple other guys that made my list this week in the co-main event. It's AJ Matthews versus Logan Storley. Now Logan Storley, Mr. South Dakota, 6-time high school wrestling champion, undefeated thus far in his mixed martial arts career, looks like an absolute stud. Maybe not getting quite the attention of some of the other blue chip prospects on the Bellator roster, but he wants to make a statement here in his home state.
It's cool for both guys, you know, to get to come back home somewhat and get to fight right here in the state of South Dakota, so that's exciting.
This, I would say, is probably your biggest fight to date. Yeah,
I mean, every fight you have is, the next fight is the biggest fight. So this is what Bellator put in front of me, and so this is the biggest fight in my career right now.
Meanwhile, AJ Matthews, also a South Dakota native as well, he recently got off a 4-fight losing streak, beating Kendall Grove earlier this year, and he believes that he's done everything he needs to change his career around and to pull off a major upset here at Bellator 204.
No, it's awesome, man. I just think it's so cool because South Dakota don't get no love in the sport. You know what I mean? Like, it was me for a long time. I felt like I was the only dude. We had like Dakota Cocker and a couple guys trying to be like, nah, tough dudes come from South Dakota. You know what I mean? We're tough people here. And so it's just so cool that me and Logan get to do it. And in South Dakota, first Bellator ever in South Dakota. My mom and dad just rolled into town, you know what I'm saying? My grandma's coming, I got my cousins, my nephews here, man. It's cool for me. It's cool for me.
Potential big fight there for two guys in their home states. Now listen, you talk about prospects to watch. Bellator has done such a fantastic job of adding young talent in recent years, and a couple of those names will be on display here. Tywin Speedy Claxton is fighting on the main card. You definitely want to keep an eye on him. He, of course, of the brutal flying knee debut. He looks like he's quickly developing into a talented mixed martial artist. And Romero Cotton is a big name as well. One of those stud wrestlers that Bellator has added to the roster. He was added to this fight card early this week to very little fanfare, but he'll be on the prelims, and he seems like someone you need to keep an eye on as he develops as a mixed martial artist early in his career as well. All of that is going down this Friday night from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It is Bellator 204. Keep it on MMAjunkie all week long as we bring you coverage from right here in Sioux Falls.